Hey everybody, Jane here, and today I'm doing a review on Bird Box by Josh Malerman. This book takes place in a future where there are monsters. And if you look at these monsters, you go crazy. You kill the people around you and ultimately kill yourself. We follow a main character of Mallory, and this book is actually told in two different timelines. So in present day, she is the mother of two children, and she is moving these children to a place that she hopes to be a safe house. We also get the past of kind of up to this point of how she got here. Whew, this was a good book. I gave it a 4 out of 5, and it was way better than I had expected it to be. So let me tell you a little bit about some of the things I love about this without spoiling it, I hope. I'm not going to spoil it. So one thing I love is the character of Mallory. And she has some really good quotes in the beginning that kind of talk about her motivation. And I love them, and I wanted to share them with you. This is a library book, so I couldn't actually annotate it, so I've just got little stickies. So one of the things that she talks about is like why she wants to take the children away from the place that they're living. So right now they're living in a house, the house that these children were born in, and they've never left it. They are 4 years old, and she has known about this safe house for a time, but she hasn't been ready to go there because dragging two 4-year-olds anywhere is crazy. I'm a mom of twins, believe me, I know. And so she is very scared to do this. And here is kind of why she decides now to do it. Mallory knows that 4 years can easily become 8. 8 will quickly become 12, and the children will be adults. Adults who have never seen the sky, never looked out a window. What would 12 years of living like veal do to their minds? And I thought that was such a impactful, strong line. What would 12 years of living like veal do to their minds? That was really hard hitting. So I really love that. And the other quote that again is her state of mind. This is all from the early part of the book. This is like page 3 and 4. So no spoilers here. She makes a comment about this is like her view of staying there and why she doesn't want to stay there anymore. You are saving their lives for a life not worth living. So basically, these kids can't go outside unless they're blindfolded. They're living in this house with just her and each other. This house, I mean, there's no internet, no phone, no nothing. Just her and these kids. So she decides one day when there is a fog and she believes that she can stay away from the monsters, that she's going to go to this safe house that she is aware of, that she hopes she can find. It's kind of complicated, but she's got to get in a boat and raft down a river, blindfolded, to get to the safe house and protect the children as she goes. I thought this book was very character focused and human focused and scary, and I loved every minute of that. I loved the characters. I loved the complexities of the world, and I even loved the end. I thought this book ended well, and that's not something that I always feel like in horror happens. I was very pleased with the way things ended, and it made sense, and it was kind of brilliant. So, yeah, there really wasn't much that I didn't really enjoy about this book. The couple things that I will say. It is written in a weird tense because it's like present tense. And I don't necessarily love that. It was okay. It took me a little while to get into because the style choice was just a little rough for me. I also would have liked a little more exploration or I guess exploration is not the right word. I would have liked to know a little bit more about the monsters, because we never really know. We know what people think about them. We know that, they're not even sure, are these things really monsters? Do they know that they're hurting us? Because you look at them and you go crazy. Do these critters know that they're causing people to do that? What would happen if somebody who's already crazy looked at them? How does it work? There's a lot that isn't explained. It's just big scary monsters. You look at them, you die. So I really enjoyed that concept, but I would have liked to know more of the specifics about it. And we're told some things, but I still felt like even by the end, not all has been revealed. So that was probably my only complaint about the book, is that I would have liked to know more about the monsters. What really drove this for me, though, was Mallory and her character, and particularly her character as a mother of these two children. And she just, I totally got where she was coming from in the beginning and why she's risking everything. She's risking everything because these kids otherwise are going to grow up in this house where there's just nothing, and there's nothing to grow up for. I mean, they're not going anywhere, doing anything. They can't go to school. I mean, they are literally stuck in this house. And if they go outside, they have to put blindfolds on. Otherwise, they're going to die. And even a chance of safety, even a chance of something that is more like what she considers living, is worth the risk, in her opinion. And again, she's basically like, I've been saving them for a life that may not be worth living. I don't want them to die. I want to succeed, obviously, but even if we don't succeed, at least we tried and we didn't just stay here like veal waiting to be slaughtered. Like never growing up, just being. And I like that it was veal instead of lambs, because I know we hear lambs to slaughter a lot, but she did veal, and I thought that was really good. Or her character thought veal, or whatever. I know it's written by a guy, so when I said she, that probably got confusing. But yeah, this was so good. I enjoyed it. I have heard that the movie or show is a little bit different. I do want to see the show, but I've heard that Mallory is a lot different as a character, and I'm a little nervous that I won't like her as much in the show, but we'll see. But yeah, she's a very tough love mother, but from her perspective, we see how much she loves these two children and how much she's trying to do what's right for them and just live in an impossibly difficult world. I mean, she has been through hell, and she is still fighting. And she's been fighting and fighting through this whole, for a long time, since the beginning of this. So all of this, we do get flashbacks, and I don't feel like this is a spoiler because it happens pretty early, but we get flashbacks to this whole thing with the monster starts right around the time she finds out she's pregnant. So right before she finds out she's pregnant, monsters are appearing. And we have one timeline, which is her currently taking the children down the river, and then another timeline of basically her finding out she's pregnant and people finding out about the monsters and what happens. Dual timelines sometimes confuse me. This one didn't. It was really smooth. It was easy to read. I knew what was going on. I wasn't confused. I probably could have handled a little bit more of the past and a little bit more depth to some of the stuff, but it was very, very just slightly less than I wanted. Not enough I can complain about. I would much rather it be a little too little than a lot too much, because sometimes books like these can drone on. This didn't do this. This was quick and fast-paced, and I wanted more, and I wanted more, and I wanted more. Just overall a good book. So I think that's all I'm going to say about this, because I don't want to spoil it, and I want anyone who is interested to read it to try, because it's pretty freaking awesome. Alright guys, if you've read Bird Box, I would love to hear what you thought of it. Did you love it? Did you hate it? If you did a review on it, let me know so I can check out your review. Um, yeah, is the movie as good as the book if you've seen both? Is it not? Am I gonna hate Mallory? Because I really love her motherliness as a character, and I think somebody said she's a lot less mothery, or her motives aren't as clear as the motherly motives in the movie, and I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel about that. So anyway, let me know in the comments. My social media is below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.